What is going on to you, Aquarius? You have the Hermit, the Five of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. So, so these three cards right here for you. Um, uh, a lot of you very much so are learning to really. You're going through your shadow work. You're going through shadow work. Look, the Hermit represents the same thing. It represents self-discovery, especially for you in this reading. Right? In this particular reading, it represents self-discovery. It represents you, Aquarius, having to understand a little bit more about yourselves before you make a serious decision to start trying to go out there and date all of these people. The Five of Cups and the Two of Pentacles is about, that's where it's frustrating, because you haven't, there's so much to learn about yourself. And you don't necessarily see yourself being ready to date next week. You know, it's going to take a little bit of time, not too much, but it's going to take a little bit of time for you, Aquarius, to really begin to feel comfortable to where you want to date again. And the reason why is because a lot of you Aquarius, I just did Pisces, but a lot of you Aquarius, like I said, you're doing shadow work. So you're understanding yourself way better. You're learning more about yourselves. You're learning more about who you are, what you like, what you don't like. You know, I don't care what it is that people say. My favorite flavors of ice cream are vanilla, butter pecan, chocolate, strawberry, cinnamon. That's it. If they have that. And I don't really care about the history of vanilla ice cream or whatever. All of that stuff to me is stupid, because that's what I like. And people spending so much time, creating all these different flavors and trying to make these different flavors correlate to people. I think it's the dumbest stuff in the world. But the point that I'm trying to make here is, that's what I'm trying to say. You're understanding yourself down to the very minute or small details, like really get an understanding about who you are, because the more you understand yourself is actually the easier it is for you to date, the more simplistic it is. Part of the reason why things are so much up in the air is because of the King of Swords and the Temperance. It's the lack of self-understanding and wisdom. People will date based upon how much money the person has, because they want the money. And it's like, but why don't you learn how to get the money yourself? That way you don't have to date. No, they want another person. See, they want to go around the world in 80 days. They want to do the most complicated stuff in the world that they think is more simple. Right? They would rather date somebody than for them to actually go get the money themselves, so that they can actually don't have to date people specifically for money. But a lot of you Aquarius you're gathering or collecting or gaining self-knowledge, IQ, wisdom goes beyond those things. Because for you Aquarius, this is more so. That's my dog back there. But for you Aquarius, this is more so playing around and doing things. But anyway, for you Aquarius, this is more so about you Aquarius gaining that knowledge for yourself and looking at it like, if other people don't want to learn about themselves, if they want to continue to be stupid, then let them continue to be stupid. You're going to learn about yourselves. And because of that, that makes it way better for you. Because like I said before, you know your likes, you know your dislikes, you know your attributes, right? Like for instance, I don't want people with little ones. Doesn't necessarily mean that I have any kind of grudge against them, with people who have little ones, because I don't at all. I just personally, as far as dating, I don't want to date people with little ones. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't care if people try to shame me for it. Shrugs my shoulders, right? I don't care. You can't change my mind on that. It is what it is. You have to accept it. You know, if you can't accept it, it is what it is. It still exists. So the thing is that the Four of Cups now is, and that's another advantage that a lot of you Aquarius have over, like I said, the general public, because in general, you Aquarius are a zodiac sign that thinks this type of way anyway. So you already have an advantage most of the times anyway when it comes to you dating other people. But the fact that you're taking the time to get to know yourself even more means that you have that much more of an advantage over dating. And what I mean when I say advantage, I don't necessarily mean taking advantage of people and being dysfunctional. I'm not talking about that. That's not what I'm talking about. When I say advantage, I mean you now are developing, whether it is that you know it or not, you Aquarius are developing the pathways, not pathology, pathways to be able to understand and to be able to read other people. So the Fool and the Hanged Man now represents, that is a skill, that is a high level skill, but you're doing it the correct way. So many people want to read another individual, right? But they can't read themselves. But you Aquarius, like I said before, y'all are the type of zodiac sign to do that type of stuff, to have that type of natural disposition. What is nature? Something that does not have to be taught to you. You do it where people don't have to teach you to do it. You know, you Aquarius, Gemini, Virgo, and Libra are the zodiac signs to naturally, again, nature don't have to teach you to do this type of stuff anyway. So the fact that you Aquarius are reaching out to yourself, getting to know yourself way better. Now you're doing it the correct way, because you're learning about yourself, then you're learning about others without them even having to necessarily open their mouths all the time. You're able to read them. And that is a very high level of being able to date, is when you're able to look at a person and go, that's called consideration, right? When reciprocation, and among other things, where you can look at them, ask them, hey, how you doing? You all right? You good? Yeah, okay. All right. You know, you order some Chinese food, right? I'm just saying that as an example, right? Obviously, I'm not saying that's what you have to do. I'm saying that as an example. Y'all pick up their favorite movie and you go, hey, what's going on? What's up with you? You all right? Y'all kicking, eating, chilling, right? Y'all under the covers, kicking it or whatnot or whatever. You know, me turn on the AC, you know what I'm saying? You know, get nice and cool. You do what it is that you do. You hang out, you chill, you do whatever. Whether you do something naughty or you don't is irrelevant. You just kick it, you talk, you get to know them even more, what's going on with them and stuff like this. That right there. And not only that, but even more complex levels of being able to read another person, understand the stuff that people say and what they don't say. The Six of Wands and the Emperor. And that ability, now that you're building it up, but the Fool and the Hanged Man represents, it's going to take time though. It's going to take time when it comes to dating, but it's also going to develop that skill to read people. Is going to take time even more. It's going to take time still to do both of those things. The Six of Wands and the Emperor is about, so as you're developing these abilities, right? As you're developing these skills is what I'm trying to say. Yes, it's going to take time, but also you have to, like I said, be patient, get to know them, ask questions, right? And my dog's crazy. Anyway, and it's going to take time. And eventually you'll go from here to being here is what I'm trying to say. to where you know yourself, but you also know other people. You know how they feel. You know what's going on with them. You know what to think, right? You know how to read them a little bit better. Let's clarify the Emperor. Right? The Lovers, Seven of Wands, Ace of Cups, excuse me, the Hierophant. Once again, you'll know how to read people. And that's just a natural occurrence that you'll get the more you learn about yourself. See, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, people spend so much time trying to learn about the other person. I want to be able to read this person and understand this person. But then when you telling them you need to learn about yourself, they're so against it. I don't want to do that. Stupid. No. You learn about other people, but before you can learn how to read other people, you have to learn to be able to read yourself first. If you put the cart before the horse, you jump over the carriage like Mario, what's going to happen? You'll learn about other people, but your understanding about the ability to read others, number one, it's going to be fragmented. So you're not going to be able to go too far with it, and you'll be very dysfunctional still. So a lot of you Aquarius are doing the right thing, because the Emperor, the Seven of Wands, you will be able to read people better in the sense of know who's wasting your time and have a better idea to know who would be a better pick. The Ace of Cups and the Hierophant is about how, and because of this, the Ace of Cups and the Hierophant, you will not have to spend so much time talking to every single people automatically through a process of elimination, because you know how to experiences, you know how to read people. The vast majority of people in the first place you will automatically eliminate them, because they'll eliminate themselves, because they'll reveal to you who they are, because you'll be able to read people. Your level of self-respect will rise up. You're not picking people based upon shallow things. You're picking them based upon character or values, which is character, that they need to have, that you're looking for in a person. So they'll automatically eliminate themselves, because when you see that people don't have that, you'll just stay away from them.